It's my birthday today, so let's go thrifting. Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is MOGIBETH, and for those of y'all who are new here, I own a six-figure reselling business selling clothing on places like Poshmark and eBay. Today we are doing a thrift with me to find items to sell on Poshmark and eBay, and this video is coming out on my birthday. I am turning 29, which is so exciting, so I wanted to spend a little bit of this week doing one of my favorite activities ever, which is thrifting. So let's go inside. We're at a Goodwill. It is so hot out here. It's 93 degrees. I'm burning up in this car. So let's go inside and see what we can find. All right, jumping into our first Goodwill of the video, and if you've been watching my channel for a little while, you know my very favorite category that I beeline to first is denim. The only exception to that is if they have new racks out, and I always like to go through new racks first, but denim is my favorite category of all time. And I'm just going through it here. I pass on brands like Joe's, J Brands, Citizens of Humanity often because number one, our thrift stores price them up so much. But then number two, they are brands in which they are highly style dependent, meaning there are only certain styles and usually more recent styles that will actually garner a good amount of money on the resale marketplace. And I haven't done enough research to really justify me picking any of those up. However, here I am seeing a new tag cut from the cloth. And typically what I would do for most denim that I don't know a lot about, I'll put it in my cart and then later I'll check comps. And actually at the end of this Thrift With Me portion, I'm going to show you the pieces that I put back and why I put them back after checking comps. But now I'm going through the dresses section, and I went through every single dress in this thrift store and they were all duds. No diamonds in the rough for me at this one, but later on in the video you'll see I do actually find some dresses at other thrift stores. But after checking dresses, I head to my other favorite category, which is shoes. I like to just scan each row of shoes with my eyes, kind of like what I'm doing with the camera here. And then I do kind of a quality eye inspection and see, okay, do any of the markers, materials, etc. look like they're quality? And if they are, then I'll check the brand. But after reselling for a while and after doing enough research and understanding different indicators of quality, you'll start to know whether or not it's even looking at the brand for shoes. And then I headed over to activewear, which is a category that I'm really enjoying learning more about and picking up more and more because it does have a good sell-through rate with the right brands and the right styles. But of course, wear is something that you're always going to want to look for when you're going through activewear because obviously these clothes do receive quite a beating at the gym. So in a second here I'm going to show you those clothes that I put in my cart but then ended up putting back, and the first we go over are the new tag cut from the cloth. And after checking comps, this style did not perform well, so I'm glad I checked comps. This silk belted joie dress was an older style that did not perform well. This eloquy dress was just priced too high. And then the last thing is a new tag mountain hardware pair of capris that just comps did not look good on. Forgot my reusable bag, but I put a lot of stuff in my cart, but then after checking comps didn't end up getting that much stuff, but the stuff I did get is really good. Can't wait to show y'all. So I'll show you the quick little haul and then we'll head on to the next stop. Yay! Alright y'all, time for the haul portion of that Goodwill. In this video we're going to break it up, so we're going to do a little bit of thrift with me, a little bit of haul, and then just do that for each and every stop. So I'm gonna show you the few pieces I found at this Goodwill. Okay, so the first piece that I found were these Madewell jeans, and a lot of these tags are gonna have this little mark on it. Our Goodwill's mark on the inner tag with water soluble markers, so you can get it out with water, but with these cloth tags it's a little bit trickier. But these are a 9-inch high-rise dark wash skinny jean by Madewell in a size 28. They're a recent style. I think they're from 2019 or 2020, and they're in really good condition, excellent use condition. And I just love selling Madewell jeans. If you've been on this channel a while, then you know it's kind of one of my standbys. I really love picking up Madewell denim. My next find I was so excited to find. I have been going through the sweaters and coats section recently, which I think is a really good tip. I'm always thinking as a reseller 3 months ahead. Right now I'm thinking of September, October, and that's when people are buying things for back to school and for the weather to get a little bit chilly. But also doing that, you're gonna be shopping categories in the thrift stores that other shoppers aren't necessarily going through. So they're a little bit less picked over, and I think that's why I was able to snag this 100% cashmere Everlane sweater. It's in excellent condition, size medium, in this really pretty pink color. It's got this drop shoulder V-neck, kind of a cropped silhouette, a little shorter silhouette. Really, really cute. I was so excited to find that because I love selling Everlane, but especially Everlane sweaters, and especially, of course, cashmere. Okay, so the next piece was actually something I was surprised to find. I think I found this in the swimsuit section. It's Game by Universal Standard. I've talked about Universal Standard several times on this channel. It's a really great brand that does sizing a little bit differently. So this is small, but their sizing chart, I'll actually just pop up their sizing chart here. They kind of size according to what an actual woman sizing should be. So like they equate medium to what an average American woman wears, which is not what an American medium actually is, if that makes sense. So this small is actually, you know, probably more like a, what, 8'10" or something like that. I don't know. I popped up the size chart. So whenever I sell Universal Standard, I typically convert the sizing on Poshmark, and then I'll include the size chart in the listing as well. But I looked up comps on almost everything in this haul, and including this piece, and it seems like this Game by Universal Standard, it must be their activewear line within that brand, and it does really well. I mean, the active to sold ratio was really great, which tells me that there's fairly high demand, and the sales price was really good on just a simple black activewear tank top, but it's really stretchy and it's really seems like high quality seams and so forth, which is kind of what I've come to expect from Universal Standard. It's a really well made clothing brand. So I was excited to find that. I never found Game by Universal Standard before, so it's a cool find. This I actually bought for myself, but I wanted to show you because I did check comps on it, and comps looked pretty good. It was priced a little too high for me to resell it, but I need bras, so and I need to wash it, and that should come out. But this is by the brand here. I'll actually just show you, True & Co. And as you'll see in this haul, I actually went through the intimates or the bra section much more than I typically do, and I found some really good things. So I think I might start including that in my thrift trips, and also I need to do some research on it as well. And again, if you've taken my course, you know I'm a big proponent of research, and I show you my method in my course. So yeah, I was really actually, they had a few new tag True & Co pieces, and so I wanted to check comps. I think they were selling for, you know, 25 to 30, but especially if you're at the Goodwill bins, you know, this weighs nothing. And I think bras tend to sell fairly well in terms of sell-through rate. So just something I want to share with y'all. But this I did buy to resell. This I noticed right away because it is Third Love, which you may have heard influencers talk about, or you may have heard on Instagram. These are really well-made bras, and I know they have a high demand on the reseller marketplace. I actually did notice, and I think this might be because of Goodwill, it does have a little tear in the inner fabric there, so I'll have to disclose that in the listing. So, you know, it might go for less than I was anticipating, but that's okay. This is a classic contour plunge bra and a 36E. So I thought this was a really pretty color too, but I actually have one of their bras and I really, really like them. So if that would have been my size, I would have kept it, but I'm now 36E. And then I got one more thing at this Goodwill. Okay, these I kind of just stumbled across by happenstance. I was walking past the shoes and I was like, wow, those are really nice men's shoes. So I just grabbed them and looked at them really quickly, and to my surprise, they were Aquatalia, which is a really expensive, amazing shoe brand I love selling, and I've never sold men's Aquatalia, so definitely want to pick these up. They're 11.5 and they're in really good condition. I mean, they look like they've been worn maybe once or twice, but they've got this blue suede and blue leather upper, and then, you know, this white and kind of a gray blue sole. Really nice. Matt wanted to keep them, but they're a tiny bit too big for him. So I'm gonna sell them, and comps looked like $100 plus. So I was really excited to find these. I paid up a little bit for them, but I think they're gonna have a good return. So, all right, let's jump back in time to the second thrift stop that I made that day, and then I'll meet you back here at the haul. Alright, so I'm back in the denim section. I actually found a decent amount of Madewell jeans at this thrift store, but I only ended up taking one home, and that just really re-emphasizes my point that it's not just about brand, it's about style, and more importantly, it really just comes down to what the demand is for that particular piece on the reseller marketplace. So always check comps. It's your best tool as a reseller, best risk mitigation tool. I say that constantly, but I really can't emphasize it enough. I have been doing this for years and years, and I still check comps because that's the other thing. Demand is always changing. So even if you feel like you just have a lot of experience under your belt, things could have changed for that item since you found it last. I actually paused to double check these Calvin Klein jeans because they were high rise and they looked on trend, but they were $19.99, so I decided to pass on those. But I did find a few good jeans that I'll show you later on in the haul. Okay, I'm in the pants section now, and this is a really good example of, this is a great brand. Mother is a great brand, but that particular style is just not a good one. First of all, it was a colored denim, and any kind of colorful or printed denim you're typically going to want to pass on these days just because they're not on trend. They have a low sales price, just skip. But also they were low rise, so just something to keep in mind. It really is not all about brand. I talk in more depth about sourcing decision making in my course, which of course will be linked down below, but also factor in style, condition, projected profit margin, etc. Now I am in the dresses section, and unfortunately yet again I didn't have too much luck in this section at this thrift store, but I headed over to the activewear section and went through the leggings because that is the most profitable section within activewear. I typically don't look through tops very often, but leggings and even shorts by the right brand can do well. All right, well, I actually had the same situation where I put a ton of stuff in my cart, but after checking comps, put most of it back. I ended up, I think, getting like 4 things. I'll go ahead and show you them here. So I think I'm going to go thrifting tomorrow too. Yeah, hopefully we'll find some more stuff then, but I am tired. I gotta go grocery shopping, watch The Bachelor. All right, see y'all. Okay, so the next thrift haul, I actually only got 4 things at this one, so this should be quick, and 3 of them are jeans. So the first, actually, you probably saw in the Thrift With Me portion, but I found a fair amount of Madewell jeans, but I only ended up getting 1, and they were these Madewell jeans. They are the Cali Demi Boot, which is a style by Madewell that I really like selling, and these are actually a 29T, which is tall. I really like selling petite and tall from Madewell because they're one of the few kind of more premium denim brands that do include petite and tall sizings. So I think they are sought after by people who wear petite and tall, but especially tall. And yeah, they're really cute. They have a raw hem and they've got that, you know, demi boot cut, and they're in excellent condition, no flaws, and the patch is in really good condition as well. So I was excited to pick those up. The next find is something that I love selling. It's actually been a minute since I found this, but it's a Spanx leggings, and these are, you know, jean leggings or jeggings, and these are an extra small, and I need to wash these actually, but they're in really excellent condition, and I've sold these many times. Again, it's been a couple months, so I wonder if the demand has shifted at all since then, but when I used to sell them, they would sell so quickly and for good money. So I'm sure these will still do similarly, and yeah, super excited to find these. And then this was I checked comps on these. Comps were kind of all over the place. Like most of the ones that I could find were new with tag. So I decided to go ahead and give these a go. They're J. Crew, and this is the new J. Crew tag, and the only one I'll really consider anymore. And these are size 26, and they have this exposed button fly, and they're also a demi boot crop. I actually thought I might keep these myself because they're just so cute, and so I thought I'd make an exception and try these out and, you know, pick up a J. Crew piece, which when I'm really selective with J. Crew, it tends to do well. So I'm excited to see how these do. They're from winter of 2019, so they're a recent style, and they're in excellent condition, so worth picking up in my opinion. And so the last piece I found at this Goodwill was from a brand that I actually talked about in a recent Thrift With Me because I found a pair of sweatpants by them. But this is Amour Vert. I'm sorry, there's probably a better way to pronounce that, but that's the best I got right now. And this is actually a wrap top. So Amour Vert, I think I've sold 2 things from them. The first one was kind of an older silk printed dress, if I'm correct, and that actually took a little while to sell, but once it did sell, I think it sold for a pretty good price. But those sweatpants that I talked about in the last time I found this brand sold so fast, and there was so much interest in them right away. So I'm really thinking loungewear by this brand as well. And so when I checked comps on this top, it actually looked really good as well. So I was super excited. It's a size medium. It's in blue. It's in excellent condition. I was very excited to find that as well. All right, now we're gonna jump to the next day. We'll go back in time to the next day and get back to thrifting, and then I'll meet you back here at the haul again. All right. See you then. Hey y'all, day 2, and we are heading into another thrift store. You know when like a certain thrift store is just kind of calling your name? For some reason I've been thinking about this thrift store for the past couple days, and I'm hoping my intuition is leading me the right direction, but we'll see. Hopefully we can find some stuff. Cross your fingers for me. We're going in. As with always, you never know with the thrift. So let's go. Got my reusable bag, my mask on. It is no surprise that I started out in the denim section, and I did have a little bit of luck there, which I'll show you in a second in the haul. I also had luck in the shoe section. I actually ended up getting 3 pairs, 2 of which you will see me find here in 1 second. But if you're curious about how I store my shoes, I'll link the inventory video that I've done on YouTube up on the screen. Okay, y'all. Here's the first pair of shoes. I actually didn't know this brand. I just thought these looked like some really high quality, interesting, unique shoes that were worth looking up. I looked it up in the thrift store, of course, and I was very happy with what I saw on there, so I'll talk about it more in the haul, but that was a really, really good find. I'm excited to see how they do over on Poshmark and eBay. But I headed to the coat section, which coats and sweaters are probably the most underpicked over sections in the thrift store right now because we are in the dead middle of summer. It is hot in Portland, so not too many people are shopping for coats and sweaters, so I'm taking advantage of that as a reseller while I can, because the most profitable months as a reseller are going to be your fall and winter months, so you want to stock up for that as soon as possible, and I'm stocking up on that now as I can. But I also headed over, of course, to the dresses section. I go through the dresses section almost always because dresses just have such a good average sales price if you find the right ones. I mean, and so many brands really focus specifically and even exclusively on dresses, especially higher end brands. So I always like to go through the dresses section, and then here I am going through the activewear section again. Okay, this was a pair of Spanx leggings. These are the Moto leggings by Spanx that do really well on Poshmark, but as you can see, the coating on these leggings is just kind of destroyed. Like, it's almost all gone. So unfortunately, I had to put those back, sadly. But I'm glad I didn't pick them up because they probably would have sat for a long time and then not sold for very much just based on condition. All right, I'm actually really excited to show you what I found in here. It wasn't a lot because, again, I'm trying to be selective and I think that's a good thing. But the things I did find, I learned about a couple of brands, which is always really exciting. So I'm really excited to share that with you. And then I found one thing for myself I really want to show you. So I'm gonna head into actually one more. I have maybe 1 or 2 hours, so I kind of got to book it, and hopefully we can find some stuff in there too. All right, so this was the Goodwill that was like siren calling me to come. I think I mentioned that when I was sitting in the car, but I actually found some things that I was really excited to find in brands I've never heard of and had learned about just by running into. So I'm excited to share what I found. The first thing was this Levi's jean jacket. It is a size small, and it's in this washed black denim. I just thought it was really cute, and it's been a while since I tried to sell a Levi's jacket, so I thought I'd go ahead and try it out. It is the Levi's premium line, so that tends to go for a little bit more, so I wanted to try this piece out. I really love selling Levi's. Okay, the next one is actually a brand I didn't know about. And again, I told y'all I went through the intimates in more of these stores, and this was one of the thrift stores I definitely went through the intimates of. So the brand, if you can see it there, is Honey Love, and this is a shapewear brand similar to something like Spanx. It is a size large top. It's, you know, got a bra, it's got padding inside, and you can just tell from the seams and the fabric that it's really well constructed. And so I was like, okay, I definitely want to check this out and see what it's all about. So when I checked comps, it actually performed well. And the thing about intimates, at least in my Goodwill, is they really don't charge that much for them typically, unless they're like new with tag or something. So I got all this stuff for a really good deal, and comps look really great. So I was really excited to find this and hopefully learn more about what kind of intimates shapewear to pick up. And at the same section of the thrift store, I found this Spanx. I actually do have some experience selling Spanx shapewear, but typically I have experience selling it new or new with tags, so it'll be interesting to see how it does pre-owned. But this was in really excellent condition. It's a bodysuit, and yeah, it's in this light beige color. The shorts, size small. I checked comps, it looked like it performed well, so I was very excited to pick that up, and I got it for a good price. Okay, the next piece, again, made well. Every single stop Almost, I got Madewell jeans. These are a size 30. They're the 10-inch high-rise skinny crop. I think these are really from a recent season. Let me see. And if y'all don't know, I'm sure most of y'all do, that you can find what season they're from next to the materials tag on Madewell and J. Crew. There's this little tag. It says the style number, which is very helpful finding stock photos if we're just finding the style name, and also the season that it's from. And this is from spring 2020, so just a year old, which is great. You can also tell because the patch looks basically brand new. But these are just a light wash, you know, high rise skinny jean. They has a little bit of distressing on the ankle there. It's a really solid pair of jeans. Okay, so I found 3 pairs of shoes at this Goodwill. One I'm keeping for myself, which I want to show you first. Okay, if you have watched my YouTube videos for a while, you know I have a thing for wide tooth corduroy. I'm really into like basically everything 70s. I listen to almost exclusively 70s music. I really like the style of the 70s, and wide tooth corduroy just kind of gives me that 70s vibe and aesthetic. And so I've never owned a pair of Vans, but when I found these, I thought they were so cute. And I mean, it just almost looks like a towel. It's so cute. It's very, I don't know, it's very 70s inspired to me, but they were like brand new. I mean, they have like never been worn. They were my size. I paid up for them. I paid 20 bucks for them, but I went on Poshmark to see like, oh, could I get another color and a different size? I couldn't find any listings on Poshmark in my size of these shoes. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna keep them. If I decide I just want to sell them, I'll definitely be able to sell these for 25 and get my money back at the very least, but I'll probably almost definitely make a profit because they're in just such good condition. So I was excited. I've been wanting to buy more sneakers for my personal wardrobe, and I just think there's gonna be so many fun ways to style these. I mean, I just think this color also just goes really well with jeans, like a demi-cut pair of jeans and then a cute top. Cute! I'm excited. Okay, the next 2 pairs of shoes, I think you may have seen me find in the Thrift With Me portion, but they're both excellent brands to know. And this is actually my first time picking up and selling Chacos. I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. I've heard so many other resellers talk about them, but they are, you know, this activewear sandal that people love. They have great resale value. And so I was super excited to find these. They are a size 7. And this, I think, really pretty green, but kind of a blue tint, green and white pattern straps. I'm really interested to see how these do because when I was checking comps, they looked great. So really what I'm interested to see is how fast they sell. Cute. Chacos. Bolo. But really, the shoes that I was really most excited to find were these because I never heard of them. And when I checked comps, they looked excellent. They are a funky, cool shoe. You know when you find something in a thrift store, you're like, I didn't even know this existed, but now I suddenly really want a pair. That's these shoes for me. I was like, wow, maybe I'll just keep these, but I'm not gonna keep them. I'm more curious to see how they perform on Poshmark and eBay. The brand itself is called As Portuguesas, eco-friendly footwear made in Portugal. You might be able to read it there, but if not, I'll show you the inside as well. This is a completely new to me brand again, and something I was super excited to learn about. Go on Poshmark and look these up. From what I was looking at, they're listed $100 plus, and there aren't that many listings. So that's another thing I'll be interested to see how long they sit, if they have a fast sell-through rate, etc. They do have a flaw, so I might list them a little bit lower and just see if I can sell them quickly. But the pull tab here is kind of beat up, if you can see that. But that's really the only flaw. Otherwise, I mean, look at the bottom of the sole. They're just in excellent condition. And they're size 40, so they kind of are my size. But they're this boiled wool upper. Really high quality shoe. Really thick sole. And just that really well constructed rubber or synthetic sole. Really cool. I just thought these were so cool. It's probably my favorite find from the whole thrift trip. So yeah. Okay, so I have one last thrift stop that I only got to go to really briefly. I found a few cute things in there, so let's go thrifting and then I will show you the last portion of the haul. back in the denim section. This, I was actually super excited to find Good American jeans, but they were $19.99 and they had a tuxedo stripe along the side, which in my experience decreases the resale value just because, I don't know, jeans without a tuxedo stripe tend to sell for more and quicker than ones with it, at least nowadays. So I actually didn't have that much time in this thrift store, so I only got to go through a couple categories. Dresses was the next one, and I found this new with tag NBD dress. I was so excited to find that dress. I found actually quite a few dresses at this thrift store, which was a very good thing. I was very happy about it. But again, I didn't have that much time. So typically when I don't have a lot of time, I'll just limit myself to my top categories, which are jeans, dresses, and shoes. And then sometimes I will go into athletic wear or coats or sweaters if I have time. And I actually did squeeze in a couple of minutes in activewear, even though they kept putting on over the loudspeaker, we're closing, we're closing. I just went through really, really quickly and found one thing that you will see in the haul very shortly. Okay, well, I just finished at that last Goodwill and I think I found 4 things. I actually didn't have that much time because they closed at 8 and I got there like 6:30. But I'll go ahead and show you. I actually really liked the stuff that I found. Yeah, so this was so much fun. All right. See you then. Okay, the last portion of the haul. Let's go. First item is actually a brand that I love selling and I only found it at the thrift store a handful of times, and it is Aloe Yoga. So this pair, I actually own this pair of leggings. I forget what they're called, but shouldn't be too hard to find. They have this ribbed fabric on the ankle and on the waist, and they're really long, and then it's kind of a normal stretchy legging material in the middle. And these were priced really low, so I did get them, but they do have some kind of thinning of the fabric. You see that there? So I'll list them low, and I think hopefully there's just such a high demand for Aloe Yoga on the reseller market that I'll be able to make a good return on them still, especially since I actually have sold this exact pair of leggings in a different color before and it did perform well. So I just love Aloe Yoga. They were priced right, so I went ahead and picked it up, but definitely a brand to pick up at the thrift store if you come across it, especially if it's in excellent condition. But I mean, yeah, I'll be interested to see that even in that kind of good condition, worn condition, loved condition, if it does well and if it sells quickly. Okay, so next I got this really cute, I think it's a daisy print or a flower print, a button-up midi dress by Madewell. It's a size 0, and this is from fall 2019, so it's a more recent piece, and it's so cute. It's got kind of that puckering on the shoulder, so a little mini puff sleeve, V neckline, button front, just adorable and perfect for the season that we're in. So I definitely want to pick that one up. And then I think y'all might have saw this on the Thrift With Me portion, but I was so excited to find this MBD dress. It is a new with tags, really pretty copper color, deep V neckline, asymmetric hem, just a mini cocktail evening party dress. So cute. MBD, for those of y'all who don't know, is an in-house Revolve brand. I've made a pretty comprehensive video on Revolve in-house brands that I'll link up on the screen in case you missed that one. It was from last summer. But yeah, I think Revolve brands are definitely important to know, and I find them pretty frequently in Portland. So especially if you live in a major city or in a college city, I think it's worth doing, you know, a little bit of research, brushing up on your in-house Revolve brand and just other brands sold at Revolve. Okay, so this is the last piece of the haul, and it is by the brand Jenny U, which is such a excellent brand to know when it comes to bridesmaid dresses, bridal dresses, prom dresses, basically formal wear, evening wear, etc. I actually asked you in my newsletter if you wanted me to create more content about this very category, because I've recently had a lot of experience in this category and you said yes, and so I'm putting together some resources for that now because I think it's definitely one to know and brush up on as a reseller. And it can be kind of intimidating because these dresses are a little bit harder to photograph. They're really long, and also it can be kind of difficult to know what is worth picking up and what is worth passing, and also the flaws to look for because they're massive garments and storing them is a little bit tougher, but they're worth it. They're worth the little bit of extra headache, I think, and especially if you do your research. But this is a brand that does especially well and has a really good average sales price. Oh, one more thing I want to mention is that sometimes these pieces have a slower sell-through rate, so just something to keep in mind because you're basically selling to someone who is going to a special event, and you kind of have to be the matchmaker between the dress and the event. And so sometimes they sell quickly, sometimes it takes a little while. But this I just love because it's got this ice blue sparkly glittery fabric. This is called the Cassie dress, and I just love the draping of these kind of sleeves, flutter sleeves, and then the V neckline. And this particular style does really well on Poshmark, so I definitely want to pick it up. I did pay up for it, but it's in excellent condition. And so yeah, it's a size 10. I definitely want to get it up on Poshmark and eBay ASAP, and I'm excited to find it a new home. Very gorgeous. Love that dress. It's like a Cinderella dress almost. So anyway, that is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something or entertained, or that it brought value to you in some way. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite piece was. I think I already revealed mine were those shoes, as Portuguesas. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I just love those shoes, and now I'm kind of obsessed with that brand. So yeah, let me know if you learned a new brand in this video, and also what your favorite piece was. If you're watching this on the day it was released, today is my birthday, so give me a little birthday present by giving this video a thumbs up and hitting the subscribe button, and I will see y'all in the next one. Okay, bye!